Hello. Hi everyone, it's Malu reading from Malu's Spiritual Place where the spiritual journey begins. And this video is to talk about what happened in the college or the University of Henry Flagler in San Augustine. So if you saw the other video, you know what happened in the museum and why we ended going to this college. So just starting, we buy the tickets. I remember that we have to wait for our tour guy. So we were kind of gathering information. I was watching that we have a lot of angels around. And I don't know why when she started talking, we were kind of in the back. And boom, he just got there. I start seeing him so clearly. And I'm like, hi, kind of thing. And she looked at me, my friend, and she's like, you're seeing him, right? Who is like, Henry Flagler is here. He's going to be giving us the tour with her. And like, no. So I remember that the first stop that they take us is like this ballroom. They have some kind of construction going on. So we didn't have the opportunity to go to the full place, but she started talking, and I can tell you this, he was kind of saying the otherwise that she was saying, but the thing is that he was saying it and showing me things. Like, by example, she said like he liked to spy in his people. He's like, no, I like it to sit down in there because of the echo of the room can make me hear better. And then he showed me how he was looking, and I was like telling my friend, oh my God, he just showed me that he didn't like to spy people. He just sit there because in here he can listen more, because in there it was this band that have this old music, and you see in here this balcony and stuff like that. And he showed me that everything, how the chairs was, or how the room looked like at that time, and he was kind of pissed off at that time. He was getting pissed off at that time. I can tell you that. He just kept showing me everything that he was going on. And she said something, he said something in the back, and I'm gonna be writing about that in the book. But I can tell you exactly what it happened with that music kind of thing. It was happening with other things. And in one point, she said something that he's like, I'm not that. Look into the ceiling. So when I look into the roof, everything that you can see, you're gonna see some of the photo, but we see everything else. Everything that it was in that roof can pinpoint to what he was saying, not what she was mentioning. So it was so freaking funny. Like, we get like, oh my God, that is so true about that, and make conjunctions and stuff like that. They start talking about women, and even my friends say a comment about him and being married so many times, and he's like he gets so pissed off, like, now people is looking and putting me the bad of the story, but they forget about what I did for my women. I love my women. That's something that even when I was in the museum, he kept saying. And the funny thing is, like, if you go there, everything that you see there is about women. Like the pictures, the thing that it was in the ceiling, everything had to be with the women, the fertility, everything had to be with how much he loved women. And in that time, kind of makes sense too. And he showed me like he wasn't the only one, that it was normal for people in that time to have lovers, like cheating kind of thing, and having this concubine and having apartment. But they were, like he said, like, you want to give us the fault, but most of these women knew, and they like it. They like to be your concubine because we pay, we buy them houses, we give them money. So they knew. So he was telling, and I was like, okay, don't get mad, stuff like that. We continue. Then he told me about the number 13. Everything makes sense. Everything that he had to be with him had number 13 on it. Oh my God. And he keeps saying, but you want to see. And he keeps showing me things that make more sense about what I was receiving than what I was hearing from this girl. Even in one point, he told me, I'm just talking to you because I know that you are going to understand, and you're going to know what I'm saying. You know, you're going to recognize these things. And let me tell you, I did. And it's funny that in the ceiling, we have all of the core in the tarot deck painted. I'm gonna leave it with that. I'm gonna make you think about it. So then we went to this room that allegedly was created for his last woman, and even he told me even the 13 number makes sense with the wife, and it's like everything that he mentioned about the wife, about everything else. When we start looking for information when we get home, everything makes so much sense, and everything was exactly how he was saying. That thing that I don't know, because I don't do research before I do these things. I don't like to know. I just know they're haunted, let's go. That's the only thing that I need to know. Sometimes my friend kind of look beforehand, but most of the time she just wait for the tour and see and compare things. But we went to this room, they were saying, but he said, I didn't create this room. It was my last wife. And she created, and you will know because it's not 13, it's just 12. And when we count, it was just 12. It wasn't 13. And that, it was her, the one that created that, not him, for herself. And then they made me go. It was a part of it that I'm still dying to go in, because it's so much thing that I want to go out, like validate that he told me. But even when we get out, he told me, buy this. Okay, I buy like a postal. I need to see if I can find it, like a postal card with the photo of the front. And I know that it has to be here in some point, some part of the house. And he told me, turn it around. And when we turn it around in the way that he wanted, I was like, oh my freaking God. It was a Celtic cross. A Celtic cross in there. And the place that I wanted to go makes sense, because is where we were, is wasn't the enter. It was that point that the cross was looking for. And this is just some of the details. If I can tell you everything, well, I'm gonna tell you, but I'm gonna write it down. It's more safe, I will say. I'm gonna start writing this story when we finish. But definitely, it was one of the most. He was so vivid. He even followed us onto the house and make sure and that information that we have was correct. Even my friend was asking, can you ask him this? And he was. And then we just like, you know what? It was a pleasure to talk to you, but this is not your place. You can go now. And he can go. And after that, it is funny because the places that we have been going through, or after that, other places that we visit, in some way or another, have to be with Henry Flagler. Maybe he's connected. Maybe he like it. I don't know. Why, right? But it is. Even that we went to Mandora, we found traces of him in certain buildings in there. So that was part of my story in Henry Flagler College or University in San Augustine. Pretty interesting. And again, he was one of the most vivid ones. Well, he was the one more talkative and giving a lot of details with dates and name and time frame. He was one of the most clear ones, by example, in that aspect. But I will say that the one that it was, I would need to talk about the house that we visit close to Halloween with my friend. I think that's the first time that I was attacked. Not attacked, but I was getting strangled. I'm gonna leave you with that. And next month, when I start putting the videos of the things that I've been doing, my paranormal experiences, I'm gonna tell you about this story and maybe spook you a little bit. See you next time.